San Francisco has gone on a run during this free agency period, and while today we got news that they won't be acquiring tight end Brock Wright, they did acquire another Lion, Chase Lucas. Lucas has primarily been known for his special team skills throughout his young NFL career, and while traditionally special teams has been an overlooked aspect of the game, the NFL's new kicking rule should make it so special team standouts like Chase Lucas will have a huge impact on the game. So in this video, I wanted to briefly go over the NFL's new kickoff role and the player Chase Lucas is and what he should offer San Francisco going forward. So let's go ahead and get started with these rules. First, you'll have to be trailing in the fourth to attempt an onside kick, and you'll have to inform the official. But perhaps the biggest change has to be the landing zone on kickoffs. If the ball touches down first inside this zone, the return team must either return it or down it in the end zone to bring it out to the 20. This zone is essentially a way to penalize kicks short of the marker or in the end zone. For instance, if it's short, it gets brought out to the 40, and if you just kick it directly in the end zone and then it's down, it gets brought out to the 30. And then you have the new formation. You have your kicker lined up on the 35, the rest of your kickoff team on the 40, and then for the return side, you have 2 return men and the rest of your team between the 30 and 35 marker. Essentially, kickoffs are changed for this entire 2024 season, and this should bring a lot more excitement to dead play essentially. Which luckily for San Francisco, they have been making investments in special teams aces, and one of those guys was Chase Lucas from the Lions, who played as a punt and kickoff gunner last year. So now let's dive deeper into the player Lucas is and how he could prove to be a vital part of San Francisco's team for the 2024 season. Athletically, you're looking at a pretty solid NFL corner. He runs his 40-yard dash in 4.48 seconds and his 10-yard split in 1.52 seconds. He is a little bit on the smaller size though, coming in at 5'11 and only weighing 185 pounds. Lucas also only has 2 years in the league so far, so he still has room to grow. To understand Chase Lucas deeper though, and what he'll offer San Francisco this season, I'll dive deeper in his career up to this point, including his most recent year with the Lions. Starting out, Lucas wasn't always on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, he was a 4-star recruit at running back coming out of Chandler High School, and he had offers from numerous schools, and one of those schools was ASU, where he decided to commit. Shortly after arriving at ASU, he was converted full-time to cornerback. During his redshirt freshman season, he went off too. He had 59 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 8 passes broken up. In 2018, he had 62 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 5 more passes broken up. As a junior in 2019, he had 50 tackles, 1 interception, and 4 passes broken up. During the COVID year in 2020, he had 15 tackles and 5 passes broken up in just 4 starts. The following year in 2021, he registered 34 tackles and 6 passes broken up. Overall, during his career with the Sun Devils, Lucas was viewed by scouts as a smaller boundary corner with 5 years of experience. And while he wasn't going to blow anyone away with his measurables, he is far from terrible in this aspect. But there were also definite areas in which he needed to improve, such as his coverage ability on double moves, and sometimes his footwork would be lacking. In addition to that, Lucas needed to be much more aggressive in the run game. Mainly because of his smaller stature, Chase Lucas fell in the 2022 NFL Draft to the Lions in round 7 with pick 16, and for the last 2 years, Lucas had primarily made his presence felt on the special team side of the ball. Where Lucas stood out the most to me was definitely on kickoff, where he made his presence felt by routinely tracking down ball carriers and having pretty great open field tackles. And while in the past, this aspect of the game would probably be undervalued, now Chase Lucas might be making a lot more tackles than past seasons thanks to the NFL's new kickoff rules. And while Lucas is definitely a special team signing, he also further bolsters 49ers cornerback depth. But ultimately, these are just my thoughts of the signing of Chase Lucas and the league's new kickoff rules, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below, and it would also mean a ton if you liked and subscribed, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.